Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. As you know, there have been some truly exceptional indie games released over the years. So in this video I made a list of 10 titles that stand out as the best the genre has to offer. Tell me your opinion about these games, and if you think some games are missing, let me know in comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video. Enter the Gungeon is a Rouge-like, top-down run and gun, similar to games like Robotron or Smash TV. There are multiple characters, all with different attributes and skills to choose, with a massive collection of guns to find as you make your way through the game. Each enemy in the game is a bullet of some kind and will fire colorful bullets at you in rapid succession that you must avoid or dodge through with your invincible roll. Once you die and enter the Gungeon, you restart the entire game with none of the previous equipment you acquired. The entirely black and white atmospheric Limbo is a puzzle platformer where you make your way through a dark forest and industrial town in order to return to your sister. You cannot attack but instead complete puzzles to progress through the game, and take out a massive spider that is stalking you. Once you have completed Limbo and finally find your sister, you are set right back to the beginning of the game to relive it all over again because, as the game states, you are in Limbo. The dark, weird atmosphere, trippy music, and mysterious calls from an unknown source make Hotline Miami feel like an odd fever dream. You are called and given cryptic messages that indicate who you must take out next. The fast-paced, one-hit combat along with the music and art style put you in a trance of sorts. Hotline Miami offers many masks, all with different perks that will help you when completing missions. There is a story in the game, but it isn't willing to just give it up. You will have to read through each message carefully to uncover the game's premise. Take the classic dungeon crawler, add elements of a rhythm game, and you will have some idea of how Crypt of the NecroDancer plays. There is a dance track always going in the background, and you must time each movement and attack to the beat. Another title in the series, exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, is Cadence of Hyrule. It takes the gameplay found in Crypt of the NecroDancer and brings it into the world of The Legend of Zelda. If you are into Lovecraftian mythology, Darkest Dungeon is a must-play. You play through a somewhat typical turn-based RPG that emphasizes the order of your team, with some characters being better in the front, back, or middle. But on top of managing your team's health, you must also manage their sanity. The very sight of the eldritch abominations you encounter will drive your party mad, resulting in their stats reducing. Darkest Dungeon is very hard and will take a lot of knowledge and planning in order to make it through the night.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
In Spelunky you must make your way down a mine, seeing stranger and stranger things as you progress. You are equipped with a limited number of ropes and bombs, which you must use to progress through randomly generated levels that become tougher the deeper you go. Each level in Spelunky has 4 parts. You must go through all 4 parts with supplies 3 separate times in order to open a shortcut to that portion of the mines. However, as the game progresses, it demands that you go through each stage in succession with 1 life to truly beat the game. The time-based puzzler Braid is an early indie game that set a standard of quality for future titles. In Braid you have the ability to turn back time. This is useful for those jumps you didn't quite make but is also at the center of most of the game's puzzles. The deeper you get into the game, the more time-related elements are added to puzzles. As you make your way through Braid, you uncover a cryptic story about nuclear weapons disguised as a love story. Cuphead is a run-and-gun that focuses mostly on multi-stage boss battles and has the occasional run-and-gun, bullet hell stages. One of the most prominent things about Cuphead is its art style. It has the aesthetic of an old 1920s cartoon, with music to match. Each boss is incredibly well animated, with the game as a whole being about as much fun to watch as it is to play. Inside sits as the perfect example of how to tell a story through gameplay rather than dialogue. It plays similarly to Playdead's other game, but with a totalitarian government as the backdrop instead of a forest. Like Limbo, in Inside you play as a young boy going through a hostile world, where everyone and everything is trying to kill you. There are countless ways to die, with the entertaining ragdoll physics and great sound design really making you feel for the poor nameless boy. Minecraft is perhaps the most wondrous success story in terms of indies in video game history. It has now become so massive, it no longer feels fair to call it an indie game. However, we should never forget that Minecraft was originally created by a small team before it grew into the empire it is today. Though Minecraft has been refined and updated over the years, with media expansions that have tripled the amount of versatility you can discover in this gold mine of a game, you can see the straightforward spark of creativity that launched it to its iconic status.